Hello, everybody. Today I want to talk about how to deal with balding, especially when you're young. I called this video when you're young, not like when you're in your early 20s, early 30s, because young, I think, is a different age for anybody, especially when balding. For me, I was starting balding early, early, when I was 13 or 14 years old. So I really understand the journey, and it is a tough nut to crack when you're in that position. So, where do I begin? Yeah, for me, I was in school when it started, if you want to call it that. So I was in school, nobody was balding there. Everywhere you looked at were full heads of hair. Now it's hard when you're the only one balding at such a young age. There are all kinds of thoughts running through your head. But who am I talking to, right? You know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, there are a lot of expectations you have for yourself that you don't meet. You ask yourself, why? Why am I balding? Why so young? Why not anybody else? And most of all, how can I get rid of that? Because that's what I wanted to know in that situation. How can I get rid of that? So, unfortunately, there wasn't a way for me to get rid of that, because a hair transplant, it was attractive to me, not gonna lie, but I couldn't afford that. And first and foremost, I was way too young, like 14 years old. I couldn't afford it, and yet I talked to my mother about it eventually when I was, I don't know, 16, 17, because the first thing I did was grow my hair long. So nobody could see it, but first, most importantly, I couldn't see it immediately in the mirror. I used a lot of hairspray, it was all good. The wind couldn't do anything about it. So that was my solution for a lot of years. Whatever. Let me know if you want to hear more about that. So, balding. My advice. So, the first thing that I can say is, as you get older, and older is a different kind of place for anybody. So, better said, if you have been balding for a while, or you have been bald for a while, then there's this natural process that you get more and more used to it. And that's not because of any particular technique. At least I think so, because I tried a lot of stuff. I read a lot about that. I tried a lot about that, from changing my expectations to doing all kinds of pharmacy stuff to and hope to regrow my hair with it. But the thing that is most helpful, I think, of course, you have to think about it. There's no way around it. Naturally, you will have thought about it a lot, if you deal with it. So that comes naturally, I think. And that is a very healthy process. It's a hard process because it's new, and that is a problem. The way I looked at it, a problem that is not going to go away. Because if you have crooked teeth, you can get braces. If you have pimples, you can get rid of that. But what are you going to do about your bald head? It's there to stay, and it will become your friend. You will have to deal with it more than anybody else will have to deal with it. So, back to my point. I think it's about time. And it's not just, there are a lot of people that I know that are older than me, like in their 50s, around their 50s, and they are very uncomfortable still with their head. So it doesn't go smooth without just the way it is, because you can beat yourself up about it. In your thoughts, you can mismatch your expectations, and you don't have a full head of hair. So what is my advice? First of all, my advice is that there is not the one thing that you can do that will help and that will get rid of all your problems. Even though I was searching for that a lot, and I tried a lot. So And so I can just speak from my experience, and that is, first of all, safety behavior. And what I mean with that is, when you go in public, when you go to school, like me, or when you go to work, when you hang out with your friends, whatever you do with other people, it is, in my opinion, really important to not wear hats or try to cover it in some kind of ways. And I tried stupid ways. Let's not be judgmental there. I tried to paint my hairline straight, of course. What you do is you cut it a little shorter, near to bald, and then you try to dot it so that it looks like a hairline. But that's really desperate one. Simple one is trying hats and stuff like that. But that is what I mean with safety behavior. And so when you're out in public and you cover your bald head or your balding head with hats and caps and all kinds of that stuff, then it might work to feel a little better. But how you wire yourself then is that you feel better because of this hat. Not because you're getting more comfortable with your bald head, but when you go out and you put your hat on, you don't think about it. You don't think about it in a way that, yeah, I do this right now to cover my bald head. No, you think, yeah, that's just my style. That's just my style. That's just what I do. I don't do it because of the bald head. But let's be honest here. If you're anything like me, I think you do. So, and that was the most important thing for me, honestly, I think. To not cover up my bald head when I was at work, when I was at school. Or balding. When I say bald, you can also fill in balding there. So, because when you have interactions and nice interactions, somewhere along the way you will have some nice interactions in your life. Doesn't matter where you are, I think. And if you're bald then you just let it slide in your everyday life. You think about less and less, and of course, in the beginning stages, I say beginning stages, the first couple of years, the first 5 years, probably 6 years or something like that, the thoughts will come up again in your mind. It's not like you deal with it once and they're gone, like everything else. Everything important in your life that is meaningful to you, that has an impact in your life, from personal experience, I can't just speak from personal experience, will come back here and there to visit you. like a ghost. And you think about it still and think, how would my life have been if that didn't happen? Or, man, just episodes where it doesn't feel good. But as you just live your life with your bald head, it will get more comfortable and not in a way that you're done, you just gave up and don't try to do anything about it anymore. But it's just really not a big deal. And I know that you have probably heard that so often. Yeah, it's just a bald head. It's nothing serious, and that's not what I mean here, because I know where you're at. I know where you come from. That's something very serious. For you, for me, for everyone in that situation. Is like there's something in your life that is taken away from you, and you just don't see coming back. That attractiveness, if you have that expectation, and we all do, full of head of hair is attractive, bald head is not so attractive, because of that's the way most people think, and that's the way of talking, propaganda talking, commercials. Here, your full head of hair, be sexy, be attractive to the ladies. Wherever it comes from. So in most cultures, full of head of hair is a symbol for attractiveness. So to get rid of that, of this thinking, it's just the most healthy way, in my opinion, to integrate it in your life and see that people are still laughing about your jokes. Many people don't treat you differently. At first, for me, there were a couple, I'm not gonna lie, like a girlfriend, some ladies in school that were attracted to me, slide it off. They slide it off. But I don't know if it was really about the looks or about my insecurities about it and the way I help myself. So, integrate it in your life. That's what really helped me. And really helped me. I'm pretty comfortable with it now. I don't think about it often. I don't think that I think about it at all. And probably it sometimes comes back, but I'm pretty comfortable with my bald head. And I don't say that to get views or to make you feel good, something like that. It's just part of my life. And I'm pretty sure that, and I've heard an audiobook, I don't know who it was anymore, but this year, end of this year or something like that, there are some pretty convincing technologies that probably will be able in the next couple of years, maybe next year, to recover a full head of hair. And not not with super expensive costs. But I wouldn't get it, honestly. And I understand if you will, understand if a lot of people will, because there's a serious problem, and when there's a simple way to deal with it, why not go for it, right? But yeah, the safety behavior. To really feel in social interactions, not immediately, but after the long haul, after a couple of months maybe, or depends on how much you keep yourself socializing with people. When you don't wear a hat, and when you just let your baldness flow, if you allow me to say like that, then you will get comfortable with it quickly. The more you interact with people, and the more you're bald while interacting with people, you will get more comfortable doing so. Yeah, really like any fear you want to conquer. It's not exactly that kind of fear, but I think it's the same process. If you're not comfortable talking to people, then you get the most comfortable the quickest when you talk to a lot of people without safety behavior, without acting like you have somebody on your phone, without looking anywhere else, without trying to withdraw. You get the grid, you get what I'm saying. So the more we indulge it, the more we get comfortable with it. And personally, I like my bald head now. I really like it because people recognize me faster. I work as a cashier right now, and there are a lot of, what's the word for that? There are a lot of other cashiers where I work at. So I'm the only one bald, so anybody can recognize me. A lot of people come to me, so what can I say? This video is very long. Now, what else have I noticed? Oh yeah, what helped me, just one little thing more. What helped me was search for men who were killing it. And what I mean with that is, the thing that I did was Googling bald man, attractive bald man. There were a lot of porn stars, a lot of stuff like that. But also, for me, back in the day, it was people like, I think Dwayne? No, Dwayne wasn't bald then. Hitman, even though he was a fictional character, Hitman, man, the guy, let's be honest, that guy is a sexy beast. So, everyone you can find on YouTube, on Google, do some research the guy further maybe. Oh yeah, it was that one guy in Dexter, the TV series Dexter. There was one guy who shaved his head when he was about to kill. doesn't. Nonetheless, he was very attractive to me, and wasn't just the looks, and not in a gay way. Yeah, of course, there's nothing wrong with that. I just say that I'm not gay, and he was so dominant. Not that that is a good thing too, but he was just comfortable with it. Getting. I think I should stop it here. So, safety behavior, avoid that. Just live your life. Keep living your life even though it's hard and is not the same at first. Of course not. It's a very big change in your life that is happening right now. And you will reap a lot of rewards, or at least I can say I reaped a lot of rewards. The reflection I did on that, the experience I got through it, yeah, it was rewarding. Like a journal. I don't want to say a spiritual journal or something like that. Not to sound esoteric, but everybody who's been through that process, I'm pretty sure, got a lot out of that. So, please, now I can say what I want. I want to say, please enjoy your bald head, because it can be pretty amazing. But it doesn't matter what I say, it doesn't matter what anybody says. It's your journey, and you will find a way to deal with it. And even if it takes some time, you will find a good way to deal with it. Not just a way to be comfortable with it, but a way to get your life back as it was before, or better than it was before, because you will get some insight. You won't get around that insight. So, please, stay bald, stay good, and enjoy your time. Ciao.